Puja Swamijis on the dais, my dear young friends. First of all, I'm grateful and I feel honored to be with you on this auspicious occasion. As you're all aware, a great country of continental dimensions, a country which had mighty past, a country which was known for its oriental wisdom, a country which taught mankind how to wear clothes and how to live civilized life. Such a mighty country got enslaved. It got subjugated by a tiny country from the west. The whole of India lost its morale, lost its courage. They were hanging their heads in shame. On such an occasion, in such a scenario, a great personality had emerged. Very few in the world can believe that such a great persona who compacted so much of activity, so much of energy in such a short span of life. Okay. He achieved his heavenly abode before he turned 40. Okay. If you leave away first 20 years in childhood and learning things, less than 20 years of lifespan, how much he has achieved. Very few in the world have ever achieved the kind of success Swamiji achieved. Success not for himself, but for the whole nation, for the whole mankind. He taught self-confidence. He kindled compassion for every human being. He instilled confidence, self-confidence among Indians those days, and again made India look proud, and which ultimately led to emancipation of this great nation. So today, when we look around, even after many years, more than 150 years, his teachings, his preachings are still very, very relevant for our young nation. Why I call it a young nation is because of the fact all of you are aware. We, in terms of age profile, India is the youngest nation. It has got maximum youth population in the world. Okay. Youth, as you are all aware, Swamiji had immense faith in the capabilities of the youth, in the potential of the youth. Okay. He himself was a replica of the dynamism of youth, and such a great person's wishes we have to fulfill. Today, if you look around, sometimes you wonder whether the youth are really youth, or have they become old, have they become aged, have they lost the vigor. You go around the hospitals, you find youngsters who got addicted to liquor, who got addicted to drugs, are being handheld by their grandfathers. It should have been the other way around. Okay? The youngsters should have taken their grandparents to the hospital, but the reverse is happening. Why is it happening today in this country? We have to ponder over. Okay? If you are talking about demographic dividend, okay, everybody talks about demographic dividend because India being a young nation, okay, it can achieve a lot. Today, in terms of potential, people feel that it's next only to China. China was also nowhere a few decades ago. Today you see how much of achievement China is having in every sphere of human activity. We must learn lessons from many countries. Look at South Korea, a country which has about 6 crore population. Okay. Whereas we are 130 crore population country. Okay. Today, any product you think of, internationally recognized product, be it LG, be it Samsung, be it Hyundai Rotem, any internationally recognized product, it is produced by South Korea, a tiny nation. Why a country like ours with 130 crore population, why we haven't produced a single internationally recognizable product? We have to think over. If you want to really reap the demographic dividend, we must change the way we look at things. Okay? As Swamiji has pointed out, character is the most important thing. Okay? You must have a good character. For good character, you must have pure thoughts. Thought process makes what you are. You are what you think. If you think you're a success, you're a success. If you think you're a failure, you're a failure. We have to keep this in mind. You must have good goals for yourself so that you can serve the nation, you can serve humanity. We're all born, see, as Swamijis are going to tell you in the next few days, human life is a rare achievement. Very few among the animal kingdom are blessed with human life. We must make full use of this life so that we leave a mark in the history of mankind, in the history of the universe. We make a difference to the society, to the community, to the section to which we belong, to the nation which we belong. This is very, very essential. So for that, what Swamiji taught, okay, Swamiji, despite all his great religious profundity, despite all his spiritual wisdom, he, at the core of his heart, he always cared for fellow humans in terms of their material living. Okay. He could not see poverty, he could not see famine, he did not appreciate the way Indians were living at that particular time. So, with all his spiritual wisdom, he always wanted to uplift this nation, make everybody comfortable in life. That was his ambition. So for that, he renounced all his worldly comforts. He became a peripatetic monk, wandering monk, went around the world, preached Indian great philosophy, Indian wisdom, tried to raise resources, built this great organization. Today all of us are so respectful, or all of us get benefited. This Ramakrishna Mutt he founded with all the earnings which he gathered from his disciples across the globe, not for himself, okay, for the nation, for the benefit of everybody. This we must keep in mind. Today, wherever I go, they ask me, please give your example, what you are trying to do this city, what you are trying to do for this country. I keep telling one thing. When I was dreaming about having a good mass transit system for Hyderabad city, I did not know where to get that kind of money. To give you a dimension of this project, the project cost is about 14,132 crore. 14,000 crore, how do you raise in this kind of a nation which is not that rich yet? Okay. But without a rail-based mass transit system, cities cannot survive beyond a point. Okay. We must remember we are at 35% urbanization and initial levels of prosperity. At 35% of urbanization, initial levels of prosperity, where 7 out of 1,000 people own cars, only 0.7% of Indian population own cars, whereas in the developed West, every second person owns a car. Every rich family has 4 or 5 cars, which is happening in India. As Swamiji has pointed out, now we have become extremely materialistic. Okay, possessive individualism is killing us. Okay, everybody would like to sport. You don't want to sport your character. you want to sport the keys of your car. This is the value system we are teaching our young children. Unfortunate situation. So if this happens like this, a day will come on Indian roads, on Hyderabad roads, you will not be able to move an inch. Okay? You no longer measure distance in terms of kilometers, you measure distance in terms of how much time I reach. Do I take half an hour? Do I take 1 hour? Do I take 2 hours? Do I take 3 hours? This situation is coming to most of the Indian cities. What we think a very good city called Bangalore today, it's in shambles. It is taking 3 hours actually from the airport to reach the city center. So under these circumstances, we wanted to build a metro. How do we build a metro when you don't have that kind of resources? I thought of making it as a public-private partnership with private sector investment. All the experts of the world, including my guru, Dr. E. Sridharan, for whom I have a lot of respect, they said it's impossible. I said, sir, why is it impossible? Because nobody has done it in the world. My counter question to them, okay, like whatever I learned from great people like Swami Vivekananda, doubt everything, question everything, look at things in a different perspective, look at things from a different angle. Just because the fact that nobody has done it in the world, does it mean that it can't be done? If that is the attitude, if that is the guiding philosophy of human history, today we would have been in caves, today we would have been in bushes. Okay? How this human history is possible? How we have conquered the universe, how we achieved, okay? We reached moon, we reached Mars, and many of these globes we are able to go. Okay? How are we able to build these wonderful structures, skyscrapers all over the world? How we are able to build these excellent bridges? What was considered to be impossible, how we made it possible? Because somebody took a calculated, risky step, okay, with courage of conviction. With this courage of conviction, which Swamiji taught us, I started this project. I said, just because the fact that nobody has done it, it doesn't mean that it can't be done. Somebody has to do it, and we will do it. We will show to the rest of the world what Indians are capable of. Okay? There are 200 mass transit systems in the world. There are 200 metro rail projects in the world. Out of these 200 metro rail projects, less than half a dozen are built with private sector initiative as PPP projects. The biggest PPP project, metro rail system in the world, is Bangkok, which is 35 kilometers. We have attempted double that. Okay? A $3 billion project, if you take the entire investment into this particular project, we wanted to do as a PPP project. Fine, I started it. No documents were available in the world actually to do this kind of a project. So we had to prepare the technical documents, we had to prepare the financial documents, we had to prepare the legal documents. These are all important for you. On the one hand, you must acquire the spiritual knowledge that is required for putting you on the right path, but at the same time, you must master science, you must master technology, okay? You must master legal aspects, financial models, all these things. That's what Swamiji was about. Swamiji gave a different dimension to Indian intellect. Okay? He was the one who was inspired by all these things in the short span of life. He learned many things like that. So with that, we prepared the documents. We went for the bid process. The most important thing in life you must remember, whenever you are trying to scale great heights, okay, as long as your goals are at this level, they are reachable. But you are looking at the sky, you want to reach the sky. Be prepared for failure. Never be ashamed of failure. Okay? In fact, failure is the stepping stone for success. Okay? This is what happened in my case. The first experiment failed. When that first experiment failed, that Madras experiment failed, everybody laughed at me, everybody cracked jokes at me, people questioned my integrity. It went to that extent. But I did not get disheartened. Okay? Again, please reflect over the mistakes you make. Reflect over the path you have chosen. You have chosen not a beaten path. You have chosen a different path. Once you have chosen a different path, you must have courage of conviction. Again I mentioned it, no, we will do this project as a PPP project. Again we shall prove to the world what India is capable of. The rest is history. Today you are seeing, after second time we awarded to Larsen & Toubro, a great engineering firm of this country. Things started seemingly changing, but again we had any number of problems. Again, Swamiji keeps telling this particular thing. Any great thing is achieved against mighty obstacles. Okay? The obstacles are not simple, they are mighty obstacles. They look insurmountable, but you must have the confidence, self-confidence, you must have courage of conviction to scale those insurmountable peaks which are considered to be impossible. Okay? This is what, when we wanted to start the project, there were agitations going on in the city everywhere. Tank Bund was burning. Every day there used to be agitation in front of my office. Okay? I did not know how to start the project. Wherever I went, I was encountering agitations. Vested interests were trying to thwart this project. Vested interests were trying to nip it in the bud. When this was happening, we had to use our technology, convert the whole project into precast system. Okay? We brought the latest technology to this country, what is called the DGPS, Digital Global Positioning System. With that, we made a perfect alignment. We tried to, every hurdle we tried to identify, okay? Be it a religious structure, be it a heritage structure, how do you navigate those things? How do you avoid these things as much as possible? If it becomes inevitable, how do you convince? Okay? ISKCON temple, they were burning my effigy. Okay? They were agitating for 2 years. I went, I met the Swamiji. I fell at his feet. I told him, Swamiji, please understand what for we are doing this project. Okay? We will not harm this temple, but please give us right of way. Okay? We will only bypass. We will not do any harm. Whatever you want. Why is it like this? I will give a much better temple. I will give much better this. The same Swamiji, okay, he came to my office, he blessed me, he signed an agreement with me, and he allowed me the right of way. Like that, at 16 places, religious places, we were able to solve the problems without harming or without affecting anybody's sentiment. We were able to cross over that. Similarly, here we must have one thing in mind. If your intent is good, any person will get convinced. Okay? But your intent must be good. You must prove that you are on the right path. You are trying to help the city, you are trying to help the nation. Similarly, any number of obstacles. Okay? Traders were agitating at a number of places. So every trading group, we convinced them. We went into why they were opposing this project. Naturally, when you are doing a public project like this, where millions of people get benefited, but some individuals get affected. Okay? What is called the relief and rehabilitation policy. You must be kind at heart. You must be good at heart. Okay? You must have empathy to understand others' feelings, others' problems. Then only you will be able to do great things. So we positioned ourselves in their situation, asked them, what do you want? Okay? When the farmers of Bharatnagar were agitating because they would lose their wholesale market there, I built another wholesale market nearby and then shifted that existing market and got right of way for my project. Like that, any number of instances. When every anarchist of the country led by Mrs. Medha Patkar, they came and agitated that we were touching some schools. I said, please understand, if this country has to progress, okay, please allow us to do. Today, in Kukatpalli, the best of schools in Hyderabad city, actually, which we built, which was nothing actually, it was in shambles. Okay, when these people were agitating that you are touching the school, you are spoiling the school, In fact, the best of schools, even public schools, so the so-called public schools, that's private commercial schools, don't have that kind of a structure. We built a 4-storied fantastic school. Second one, we built in Chadraghat. Like that, number of things we have done. Today, all organizations come to me, sir, please take over our property and try to do something for us. This kind of a thing is happening. Revenue, police, several departments. I say, look, you have your engineering wing. Please ask your people to do. No, sir, we want HMR, Hyderabad Metro Rail to do, because you do quality construction. This kind of a confidence. If I utter a word, if MD Hyderabad Metro Rail says something, he will stick to it. That is important. Okay. The word Swamiji is talking about character. Character you have to build over a period of time. My great guru Sridharan, that's what I say. I learnt a lot from him actually right from the Konkan Railway days. When I was a young officer, I worked with him. Insurmountable it was actually. See, Britishers left western part of the country. Okay, they could not bridge it. It was such a difficult task. There was no railway line on the western part of the world country. Then we started that project under Dr. Sridharan's leadership, and we built that. Like that, so many things we have done. How we are able to do these things. And then it's an opportunity for us to serve. I don't look at this project, Hyderabad Metro Rail project, as a simple engineering project or a simple traffic and transportation project. It's an opportunity for us to redesign an Indian city as a people-friendly green city. I keep telling this, okay? People all over the world made mistakes. Cities all over the world made mistakes. Cities are built for cars, and then they realize that you can't build city for cars. You have to build city for people. You have to build city for children. You have to build city for youngsters. You have to build city for old people. You have to build city for differently abled people. You see God in all these people. Okay? You have to build city for the poor people. You have to build cities for the deprived sections of the society. What Vivekananda saw God in them. Okay? You have to do that. So this is what we are trying to attempt actually. See, if our children are not able to go to school on their own, okay, if parents have to accompany children, parents are losing their valuable time. Okay, if our young girls, please keep this in mind, if a Nirbhaya kind of an incident happens in this country, it's a shame. It's a shame. All of us have to hang our heads in shame. Okay, when Nirbhaya happened, I said something wrong with our country. This is what Gandhi did not dream about this. Okay, he said, if a girl can safely travel during midnight, then only India has achieved freedom. That was his goal. But what happened? Then I conducted sessions under the name Nirbhaya Commute with women's groups. I asked them, what's your problem? What do you expect from this system? They came up with so many things. There were tears in their eyes that some officer is thinking about their problems. Okay, you must remember, if a young girl going to college, a school, or going to office, a lady, if she stands at a bus stop, please think about her, what kind of problem she is facing, what kind of eve teasing she is subjected to. Is it right? Something wrong with us? Okay. Why are we behaving like this? We must remember. Then my role is to give a technical solution to solve her problems. So we conducted sessions. We asked, what do you want from us? They gave so many inputs. Okay, we have taken all those inputs. Okay, I keep saying this. I'm a bridge between different sections of society and the engineering people. I interact with different sections of society, ask them, physically disabled people, what are your problems? Okay, how can I take you safely to my metro rail and take you to your destination? So many things for the first time actually, including the tactile strips where blind people on their own they can go without anybody's support. All these things we are trying to incorporate into this project. So it's an opportunity for us to serve mankind. Okay, this is where I see God. Okay, if I am doing this project with sincerity, with purity of heart, it must result in something good for the society. So like this, we have so many goals and so many objectives. The kind of technology which we are bringing to this country as a part of this project, what is called CBTC technology, communication-based train control system, which is a radio-based communication. I don't know how many of you are doing engineering here. Okay, it's the latest in the world. This gives us practically every 90 seconds, every 1.5 minutes I can run a train from point A to point B. Okay? It's radio-based communication. For the first time in the country, we are bringing the technology to India. Then when I am talking about the precast technology, okay, how do you do a project like this when the roads are so busy, they are so congested? Okay? We have converted the whole project into precast technology. We have established India's biggest precast yards. Both the precast yards of India's biggest ones are in Hyderabad. We established one in Uppal, the other one in Kutbalapur. They are like factories. See, once when we went there, knee-deep water used to be there. Okay, that Musi grasslands. That today we converted them. Actually, it has become a world-class technology center that we produce. All the work is done in the done there, and night time we bring those segments, and what you are seeing all over the city is that. That's why with least disturbance we are able to do the project. Then the next biggest challenge actually in other cities, be it Bangalore, be it Chennai, be it Delhi, okay, how do you build an elevated metro station on these busy roads? You have to take support from the ground level, from the road level. That means you have to close that road. Then the challenge I gave to my L&T engineers is that why can't we convert this all to precast? Okay? For the first time in the world, the entire metro station which is weighing thousands of tons of weight actually were converted into precast, that too on single middle pier. Okay? Normally a metro rail elevated station will have one central pier, one side pillar, another side pillar here. There will be three pillars, what is called a portal structure. The whole thing gives a tunnel kind of a look. So the challenge I have given them is that do away with this kind of a portal system. I don't want to have this kind of a tunnel look. I must have a simple cantilever hanging, as if, see, the olden days they used to talk about Vantidas Stambam Meda. That means on a single pillar, okay, the entire edifice was built. This we have achieved it for the first time in the world. Mind you, the same guru, my guru, Mr. Sridharan, okay, for whom I have a lot of respect. I only differed in a few things, okay. He said it's not possible to do this kind of a structure. You cannot have that much of space on an elevated structure. I requested him 3 months ago when he came to Hyderabad, sir, now please come to Hyderabad metro rail stations. Please have a look at what we have done. That great man, when he saw the thing, he hugged me. He said, you have achieved it's an engineering marvel, he said. Okay. This you must remember, if you have courage of conviction, if you are on the right path, if you know that your goal is correct, sometimes elders may try to discourage you. Okay. But as youngsters, you must have that self-confidence. This is what Swami Vivekananda taught us. Okay. You must have that self-confidence to do things differently, to be able to make a difference to the mankind. Please keep that in mind. So like this, any number of things we have been doing as a part of this project with the sole objective that we want to showcase to the world that these projects can be done in a different way. The image about India is still bad across the world, across the globe. That needs to be changed. So when I made this presentation in New York, okay, again in a very humble manner, what Swamiji went to Chicago, and you know that great thing, it happened actually. So when we were selected as one of the top 100 infrastructure projects in the world that year, in 2013, all the chief executives, CEOs of these projects, 100 projects, were to go and make a presentation in New York that year. The conference was in New York. Okay. I went and in my own humble way made a presentation how differently we are building this project, how unique this project is, hoping that we will be one of the top 10. But to our surprise, that year we were selected as the best engineering project of the world, global engineering project of the world. Like this, a project which was written off by all the experts, a project which was termed as a jinxed project in most of the newspapers, a project which was considered that it would never happen. Today, it is winning global awards. How is it possible? Please, I want you to learn a bit from this example. Like this, India, I give this lecture all over the world. India is capable of doing extreme things. On the one hand, we may be very, very backward in certain areas of technology, in certain areas of life. The kind of chaos that happens in this country on Indian roads, be it rail, be it road, be it postal, be it anything, any activity of life, there is a lot of chaos in India. I do admit, I mentioned this. But at the same time, some of the revolution that has achieved, this country has achieved, is remarkable and no other country in the world has achieved. For example, this telecom revolution in 20 years flat, we used to be the lowest tele-density in the world, the highest tariffs in the world. 20 years, today, we are the second highest tele-density in the world, next only to China, and we are the world's lowest tariffs we have achieved in just 20 years. I give this example all over the world. I said, I challenge if any other country can replicate this, what India has done it. So Indians are capable of, we have immense potential. Only thing is, we must tap that potential. We have some of the best brains of the world, they are Indians actually, as you keep seeing that. Please do that, okay? Increase your scientific skills, increase your technological skills, or increase whatever field you are now studying, you are trying to master that field. Be a master of that field and contribute something for this country. Ultimately, we all belong to the elite sections of the society at the cost of the rest of the society who are getting educated. Please remember, education is a very, very costly thing. It's not easy, it's not simple. Today, if this mutt is organizing you for 3 days, like this, if the same session, if it is organized abroad, each one of you will be charged about $1,000, okay? About 60,000 rupees you have to shell out to have a project like this, a 3-day workshop like this. You are getting it almost free, okay? Like similarly, in this country, education is practically, it's for nothing, for peanuts we are getting education in this country at the cost of the rest of the society. We must remember. So, we must give something back to the society which is educating us, which is keeping us at a higher pedestal. This is possible if only your character improves, if only your self-determination improves, if only your self-confidence improves. You must have these things in the next 3 days. Please make full use of this. It's a wonderful opportunity. Very few. You are blessed. That's why you are getting this kind of an opportunity. I never had this kind of an opportunity. Okay. You are blessed. Okay. Your generation, you have got everything going for you. You are having excellent access to the latest technological developments in the world. Okay, we never had in our time. Okay, we could not even get proper newspapers those days if we were born in villages. So from that stage today in internet, everything in a jiffy you can get. Please make full use of this. Please build right character, and with that achieve something not for yourself. Don't hanker after money. Don't hanker after wealth. Don't hanker after power. Don't hanker after fame and recognition. They shall come, they shall only be byproducts. My own example, I can tell you, the best of MNCs, the best of private sector firms, they try to lure me with crores of rupees salary. In fact, some of the companies gave me blank check. Okay, sir, you quote your price, please join the private sector. Why do you want to waste your time in government? What kind of salary you'll get? Maximum how much? 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees, for that you want to work? I said, no, that's not important for us. Okay, we're not working for money. We are working for satisfaction. We are working for achieving something. For the benefit of the society, for the benefit of the poorer sections, for the benefit of the deprived sections, for the benefit of ordinary children, ordinary poorer sections. Okay? Please keep that in mind and use your intellect, use your talent, use your skills, improve your intellect, improve your skills, and help these sections. If you have done it, whatever great vision Swami Vivekananda had, that becomes a reality, and India will again become a great nation. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me, and wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.